Y'all, it's time to get out of the boat. That's what's exciting about this time of year. I don't know about you, but I've been feeling it this past week. I'm feeling that we are getting ready for people to come back. We're getting ready to go back to school. We're getting ready to get back on campus to figure out our routine, which we had set in place just months ago. Now we get back into a routine. We get back to our studies. We get back to some semblance of purpose. We get back to our social lives in some way. Don't get me wrong, everything's gonna be different, right? Nothing is going to return to normal, and that's okay. In fact, it's actually exciting. What's going to happen next? What does the Lord have in store for us? He doesn't stop working. He continues to work. Check out the gospel today. We hear in the gospel today that the guys are on the boat. They're in the water. They're on the sea. The waves are crashing in. Jesus comes and walks on the water. And immediately they see him and they're afraid. But remember that faith replaces fear. Whenever we're scared to get out of the boat, we're scared to do something new, remember that faith replaces fear. And so they see Jesus. And when they see Jesus, Peter says, Jesus, if it's you, then I'm not even scared to get out of this boat. I'll walk on water with you if you give me your power. And Jesus is like, this is what I've been talking about the whole time. I want you to recognize that I have the power to give you to do things that you never thought possible before. New possibilities that weren't possible before. Not the normal, but something new. And so Jesus says, so come on the water. And Peter does. Peter steps out of the boat. He steps out in faith. He unlocks Jesus's power with his faith. Jesus gives him a power that he didn't have. It's Jesus's power that allows Peter to now walk on the water. But just like our lives, we fluctuate between fear and faith, and maybe we go back and forth. Maybe Peter's a great example for us, because as soon as he gets out, he fears again. He doesn't have a perfect faith, and that's okay, right? But he doesn't have a perfect faith, and he fears once again. He sees the waves, he sees the wind, and all of a sudden, he starts to sink. But at that very moment, his faith replaced his fear once again. He cries out, Lord, save me. He knows that Jesus can save him, right? Right then again, he fluctuates back from fear back into faith. And at that very moment, Jesus picks him up because Jesus has the power to do that. He gets back in the boat and Jesus reminds him, why do you have little faith? Just trust in me at all times. There will come a time in Peter's life, and we'll see Peter, and Peter will never stop trusting in Jesus. Peter's faith will replace all the fear of his life, even fear that people will kill him, fear of death, fear that he couldn't run the church, fear that he couldn't manage the apostles, fear that he couldn't pass on the faith. It'll all be replaced. You know what my question is, though? Why didn't the other 11 get out of the boat? You ever thought about that? Why didn't they get out of the boat? If you saw one of your friends doing something spectacular, amazing, unthinkable, right? And they were out on that water, what were the other 11 doing? Would you get out of the boat? Would you have said, Jesus, let me get out there too? Like, give me your power, allow me to do that. Why did the other guys stay behind? Maybe they couldn't conceive in their mind of what the Lord wanted to do. Maybe they wanted to keep the old normal, right? They didn't want things to change. They were afraid of what the Lord might do with them if they got out of the boat. Y'all, we can't be the ones to stay in the boat. Jesus is going to give us new possibilities. I'm excited. I can't tell you what's going to happen when you get back to campus, when you get back to your high schools, when you get back to living your routine as you think you knew it before. It's going to change, though. We know that. And I know that Jesus is going to be there working. Jesus wants to pass on his power. He wants our faith to replace our fear, right? Life has not ended. The mission of Jesus never ends. We continue to walk in faith. When we do that, he's going to ask us to get out of the boat. It's not going to be anything we ever knew before, but there's going to be new possibilities, new excitement. These guys, when they started following Jesus, their life changed forever. They never went back to the normal, but they had some new normal. They lived the supernatural. They didn't have to go back to what they knew before. This is why our fear can be cast out. Let's put our faith in the Lord. He is still with us. He's just asking us now. He's asking us to replace our fear with faith. Y'all, it's time. It's time for us to get out of the boat.